you're very successful now working with your pro guys. And I joke with my friends, I call you the pro whisperer, because it seems like you can bring somebody on board to your program and they get noticeably better than they were before they came. And I feel like this is super rare within the industry. I mean, for the most part, a lot of these riders, I mean, how often do they get better, especially if they've been around a few years? So, I mean, you've done it with multiple guys. I mean, your career now is getting, I hate to say it, but you've been around quite a while. You've been really successful. Justin Brayton winning Daytona in his twilight years as a pro, which is an unbelievable accomplishment. You had Vince Freeze. I mean, let's be honest, he would not be around if it wasn't on your team, and yet he's unbelievably good on your team. I know people hate him, but let's be honest. He's a top 10 450 pro against unbelievably good past champions. What you did with Oldenburg, I'd say he's every bit as good as he was at Star when he left there and coming to you. And then the same with this year with Carson Mumford. You brought him from, he's really been struggling as a pro, you could say. I'm not trying to talk down on him, but just saying he didn't quite find his way as a pro. And he had an amazingly good year this year, showed a lot of speed, was really good on the 450. I mean, all the things you did have made him better. What's the secret sauce here for you?
The first thing to clarify right away, the team is Mike Genova's team. I work for Mike.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so a lot of this comes from the top down, right? Mike is a very successful business owner. He has taught me so many things, right? In regards to running the team and how to relate to the riders, how to relate to people around the riders, right? And so I want to make sure that credit goes where credit is due. There was a joke before, it was like just the accountant, right? But he's so far from that, right? He's involved with this team on a day-to-day basis. He's involved with the riders, the mechanics, and everything we do on a day-to-day basis. And I would say that much of what I know these days about running a race team has came from the collaboration of working with him, right? I want to make that super clear. So the environment is key, right? To running a race team, the environment with the riders and the crew, right? There always has to be and maintain a positive vibe. If that vibe is in any way disturbed, damaged by outside influence or a family member or whatever, it's very critical that we correct it immediately. So first and foremost, positive vibe has to be there all the time. The second most critical part of this is that we want the riders to give their best effort on every time that they're on the track. And if that's a 1, 5, or a 7, we hug you and kiss you the same way if it's a 15th, right? We don't put pressure on riders to get results. We want them to not feel that pressure, right? Because the pressure is what makes these guys crash. And I would much rather have a guy, if his level that day was a 6 or a 5, to get a 6 or a 5 than to try to push for a 2 and end up broken, and then he's sitting on the couch for 3 months. And I think as long as the riders know this and they believe it, then we're going to see those guys every week. And every week that they ride and race and practice and train, they're going to improve. It's just the way it's going to be. They're just going to keep getting better. And I think that's a lot of our philosophy with the team.